So today I would say I am in one of the best neighborhoods in all of the Philippines, if not even the best, and that is what I wanna find out today. So we are in Makati, overlooking right now the skyline. So Manila is kind of like Metro Manila. It's a huge city, and within it there's different cities, from very local places that I've covered on the channel so far to, I would say, one or maybe perhaps two, three bigger business districts that almost like you really see the American influence, the way they built the buildings around here, just overlooking the skyline right now. And I've been here before, I walked through, but never like properly dived in. So I want to take you through a little bit through, on the one side, how a more modern neighborhood in Manila looks, or in the Philippines. On the other hand, also in terms of perhaps like staying here, living here, if it is something. I have to say, all the other modern neighborhoods, they're very small in the sense there's like one, two busy streets. This is different. This is like a proper city, and today I want to show you a little bit how that place works. Let's go. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
So guys, we are here coming out of the hotel right now. So one thing that I noticed right away, I wanted to stay in Makati. This place behind me is the New World Makati. For a couple of days I set up shop here, and I want to really feel a little bit how is the modern city. A very nice hotel. I think I'm going to shoot a full video there, perhaps, we'll see. But the moment you walk out, you see it's like a bit of a different world. First of all, got a couple of fancy hotels here, New World, Fairmont, Raffles. But what really surprised me kind of is like the mall looks super in many ways, kind of, I don't know what to say it, like mostly boutiques, very fancy stuff. And I think there's multiple kind of like little mall stations in a way. Let's walk in, not sure if they like camera. So just to give you an idea, the neighborhood is large. This is just like a fancy mall, whatever they got here, the Dior stores, the this, the that. So if you're eager to spend some money, definitely it's not gonna be an issue around here. And also you see like a lot of, I don't know, perhaps Korean, Chinese tourism all around. And this is the area, when I was here, I was like, yeah, definitely wanna shoot a full video. So basically, when you come out, there is this greenery park in the middle of the mall, and probably some of the nicest cafes that I have seen. Most kind of like malls, they're mostly indoors, which is really good right now. Right now it's like, I couldn't even tell you, maybe 35 degrees, feels a bit more like 40. And most of the malls are all indoors, air conditioned. If you want, you can also stay indoors around here. But what I like about it is they have a lot kind of like European style cafes a little bit, which I think most of the year when it's not so crazy hot, is really nice to have. So basically all of them have these like chairs here, like you have nice palm trees set up. And I've tried the coffee here. Generally, Philippines, most of the places have good coffee. Every single cafe I've tried here, Wildflower restaurant, pretty nice. Really good coffee, good food, good service. The prices here are definitely a good bit higher, like coffee, $3, $4 a meal, $8 to $10. So you definitely pay a bit more than in most places to hang around here, but at the same time, it's in many ways quite international standard. The Starbucks, like there's Starbucks everywhere, but just to give you an idea, we got some good places to work around here. So if we just walk in, as you see, it's a pretty new one, nice and shiny. I'm not sure if it's their reserve. I think it's a reserve one. Not gonna get scammed for a $6 coffee right now. Actually, I would be curious if it's also how the pricing here is. So let's see, let's walk through here. I have seen on the map there's like areas that are called Bel Air. No idea what that is, but a couple of neighborhoods. I also know there's a bit more of a wild neighborhood. Maybe we're gonna pass through there. I stayed there once on this trip when I very first time arrived. What I mean by wild you might find out later, but basically little walkthroughs here, a little bit roofed in case it's raining. And every time I've been here so far, I've stayed here for a couple of days already, it has been always pretty chill. I'm sure on the weekend it gets more busy, but during the day it's almost like if you get a condo around here, if you get a hotel around here, super chill spot. So just to give you an idea, this was, I think it's called Greenbelt 3, the mall there. Oh, here I'm seeing my hotel from here also. That's quite interesting, never seen that. This thing in the back, we just started on the roof, and here is Greenbelt 5. So I wonder if there's 5 of them, but basically another building you can walk into. Got a nice and shiny Shake Shack. I have to tell you, it's quite crazy in terms of the different fast food chains. Philippines is really, I feel like, living the life in the sense of any type of fast food you can find here. I don't go to really any of them, but you can find pretty much any. The light, I'm dark. You can find anything you might want here. So let's see, can we walk in? Yeah, usually there's always a security at the entrance. Sometimes they have a gun, sometimes they don't. So basically one of the best malls. Probably a little bit hard to find exactly what you're looking for just because there's so many of these different buildings, but I would say let's head out back into a more, let's say, residential neighborhood, just see how it is right now, and then just wander through the mall here. And it's interesting, the buildings are also different. So the first one we walked in was super fancy. This one is much more kind of like regular, and also it's almost like a couple of separate malls. Guys, quick break into today's video from Island Paradise here in the Philippines, and I have to tell you, there's no more annoying thing than being on the road and let's say your suitcase breaks or the wheels don't roll anymore, and that is not gonna happen if you are rolling with Level 8, today's video sponsor. And I have to tell you, compared to other luxury suitcase brands, they're much more affordable, but the quality and durability is really next level. So this one I already have for over a year, still rolls super smoothly. It's the Carry-On Pro with the laptop sleeve, quick access if you're in the airport, if you need something. And if you're a checked luggage type of person, then the ones with the wide grip that they have, the design, the quality, especially the elegance of the aluminum pieces is absolutely next level. And with my code Danny15, you can get 15% off their whole range, and there's really nothing to worry about. First of all, if something happens, they have a lifetime warranty on these suitcases, and also free shipping to, I believe, US, Canada, and Europe. So if you're anywhere there, you can get your hands on one of those, but they also do worldwide shipping. So no matter where you are, sometimes I've been in Asia, been delivered a new one of these. Having a backpack or having a regular suitcase is nice, but I'm telling you, once you go with Level 8, you never go back. And so with that, let's get back to today's adventure. So behind me is some kind of museum, and there's also a lot of gardens. So let's get on the street. Oh wow, the building is just red over there. So yeah, some interesting, definitely, infrastructure, very different building styles, and yeah, the regular roads, as you see, big and wide pedestrian walkways. Like in more local neighborhoods, sometimes it's kind of like you just have to walk on the side of the road. And honestly, in many ways, for traveling, I think the local neighborhoods are much more interesting, much more engaging. But when it comes to living, just having a bit more of a chill area, or also just seeing like how the country is progressing. So I would say this is not the newest neighborhood. So here they got some statues, looks a bit communist vibe. This building at least. But for living, I would say this might be the best neighborhood, for the fact that there's this other neighborhood. I might go there as well, I might cover it as well, BGC. It's kind of like more modern, more new, more party, but it's just a couple of streets. And if you wander out, I don't like to have the feeling like, I don't mind staying very local, But if I'm staying in a neighborhood, I want to be able to kind of like walk around and feel like it's a proper town. And Makati feels like a city in itself. So definitely walked here through before. We're walking out on one of the main highways of Makati right now, so looks something like that. Got one modern tower peeking out. I think I see it out of the window of my hotel room. The Peninsula Hotel, a little bit old, but still looks pretty fancy. And as you see, they're still building new stuff. So in many ways, the city is growing. And here, it's kind of like a little bit very American vibe, the way the city is structured. So we have this big walking way next to their highway. A cat that is really in a rough shape, trying to survive out here. It's actually a thing that I notice often in Asian countries, that the dogs are fine, but somehow the cats have a tough life. I don't know if it's a cat and dog situation, but yeah. So I saw they have some gardens here. I'm not sure if I've been there before. Ayala Gardens. And just to give you an idea, basically this is, as you can imagine, the business district of the Philippines. So most of the banks, a lot of offices are around here, and at the same time it's kind of like a shopping hub, entertainment hub, where we just were. So this, you feel it, you see it, is the financial hub. Possible to cross here? What's up, boys? How you doing? All good? All good. Let's go. So a little B-roll and a little being with the people. But this was really nice. It's actually, it's crazy. When I very first time was in the Philippines, I walked into these gardens. I wasn't actually aware that I am right in this neighborhood here. So let's go check it out, reminisce a bit. So this is basically how you get around from one side of the street to the other. I was just trying to cross at an earlier place. I think that's only for, like, I don't know, senior citizen, differently able people. And actually I would say the purpose of today's video is to really give you an idea of this neighborhood, how it would be to walk around through here, what there is to see, how is the vibe. Because a big topic on my channel generally is not just, let's say, traveling to a spot, but really feeling it out in a sense. And I like to come back to countries and even more so really understand which neighborhood, how is the city structured. And like I mentioned, there's these two neighborhoods. I'm gonna do a video on the other one as well, the BGC. And if you have been to both, if you know them, let me know which one you think is better and why. So we are approaching right now the Triangle Gardens. Just realized I cannot walk through here all the way. And like I mentioned a second ago, when the very first time I visited Philippines back then, I just started to travel. It was my first time in Asia. I think I've been to Thailand and then Philippines, arriving in Manila, being like all these kind of like Spanish streets, like street, Roxas, Pedros. And it was very interesting. And I remember coming out here, had an Airbnb around the corner. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty nice. So basically it's gardens and an art installation from what I understand. Last time I was here, there was kind of like a construction, I believe. They were doing some things. Basically, there is this big arc when you're coming in. You're seeing some huge skyscrapers behind it, probably an office building. And you know, a lot of the world, especially when it comes to like personal assistants, call centers, they outsource to this country just because people speak great English. A level generally of, like, let's say, the type of work that you can get, from what I understand, is better than in most places. And it's quite funny. I remember once I did something here for the tourism board, and I think the people in the building that I was talking with were in one of those. I remember checking it on the map. And yeah, what is it? Triangle Gardens. I don't remember that to be here. So they got these like shadow installations, which right now are thoroughly needed. And me, it's like, I don't mind the heat. Like, I've spent some time in Dubai in the summer, That is heat. But I have to tell you, it's kind of like a humid heat where you can walk through it, you can chill, everything is good. But when you get home, you're kind of feeling it. So let's not try not to get completely burned. So got this nice office building in the back. And what I think is pretty cool, pretty good to have is cafes right next to it. So nice in the shadow. Let's see, anything on the other side? Not really. Want to check out the office building as well. It's somewhat new. Last time I was, it was a construction basically for the most part. So yeah, this also has changed. I remember walking through here and it used to be kind of like more little kind of like pop-up shops like this one. Super nice cafe, Common Man, coffee, roasters. So can come out to this park, hang out a little bit. They used to have tons of cats. I don't know what happened to them. Hope they're okay. And yeah, this is basically more how it used to be. Kind of like little pop-up shops on the side of the street. And as you can hear, it's still a work in progress in some ways. And yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I love to see that they have these cool, like this is like a very coffee dedicated spot. Very, even though it's super simple, still they set it up pretty tastefully. And that is the big contrast of the neighborhoods. Like the other neighborhoods is Filipino life, how it used to be decades ago, whereas here, every other probably year, if not even month, something new is popping up. So let's walk through and let's check out what this building actually is, because I even see some people walking in, so maybe something interesting. But yeah, I have to say I'm quite a good street for cafes. So here, Greyhound, pretty much all of them look quite inviting. So let's see. Sorry, do you guys know what is this building?
Ayala Triangle.
Is it like offices or?
Actually, it's a mall and.
It's a mall?
Mall and office.
So I can walk there? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So that is definitely new. Ayala Triangle, small offices, looks really nice. So they got this greenery kind of set up here, but I have to say with this heat, some of it dried up a little bit. So, wow, fancy. So nowhere you can pretty much walk without casually bumping into a mall. And I'm all here for it to cool down a little bit, to walk through it. We're going to Bel Air. I have no idea. Probably walk through there, but on the map I saw Bel Air, so I was like, let's check it out. So coming in, just a regular mall actually. Outside it looks a bit more impressive. Your expectations are high. Just a nice like little spot. Got like a couple of food courts, and I hope that I can walk through here so I get out on the other side. But yeah, especially on a hot day, it's nice to have these malls all around, and often you can kind of move through them. So especially the Ayala Mall, what is it called, Greenbelt, where I live. There you can kind of like move mostly through the malls to get like almost a kilometer or two into the direction you need to go. So get like fancy supermarket as well here. Yeah, we're in the ground floor. Let's go up. Let's see what's there. So it looks like some type of fancy office. And coming out, we are entering Bel Air. I'm gonna be... Why be the Prince of Bel Air? Let's be the King of Bel Air. So this neighborhood, I think close by, sometime I walked by, but like I said, very interesting names of all of the neighborhoods. I think we need to go again through the underpathway to get over there. So here we just have entered the neighborhood of Bel Air. I think there's also one that's called Salcedo inside of it. This is where I once stayed for a couple of days. Back then I think we were hanging out with Ollie. I think that was the neighborhood. But I don't really like for the first time I've actually looked on the map of Makati and I see how interconnected all the different districts are, and I want to take you through that. Okay, exactly, Somerset. I think this was the place that I stayed. I think this was the Burger King that I ran to at night. And here is again a different vibe. The streets are a bit more narrow, cars are passing through, but still very walkable in many ways. Kind of a bit more Brooklyn vibe in a sense. A little bit more raw, not like the beginning of the video that I showed you, which is all polished, some older buildings. So we have 21 seconds to make it to the other side, and from what I understand and remember, they also have a greenery park, and we're pretty much making our way to the little bit wild area. I will tell you why once we get there. So let's see where this park here is. So here in Bel Air. Oh wow, I remember this cafe from Siargao. In Siargao there used to be a cafe called Shaka. It looks like they brought the tropical vibes to Manila as well, so it looks pretty nice. And what I was about to say is that they have kind of like, looks a little bit like Washington Square Park type of thing. In the middle of big buildings they set up one nice little greenery park, where very quiet, very peaceful. I think on the weekend they have like a weekend market here, so you can just buy like snacks, maybe even like fruits, things like that. But yeah, you probably can tell the weather temperatures we're dealing with right now by the way the grass looks right now. So last time when I was here it was all green, but yeah, kind of like people walking their dogs. There's a little dog park in the corner, and makes it very kind of like the urban jungle, eases it out a little bit. So I would say let's pass through into the next neighborhood, which again has a very different energy. There's a Trump Tower actually. I have didn't know that before. It's quite interesting. There's a couple of them around the world, but didn't expect to see one in Manila. So let's head there into the wild neighborhood with a wild Trump Tower. Alrighty guys, I do kind of need a haircut, and here is the barber shop. Let's check out the rates. Let's see what's up. Hello. So a haircut goes for like $9. Okay, $8. Okay, I'm ready. Hello. Yeah, a little bit. What's your name? What's your name?
Sunny.
Sunny?
Yeah.
Good to meet you, Sunny. I'm Danny.
From
Yeah.
Bicol.
From Bicol. Okay, that's very nice. You know how to do a good fade?
Fade, yeah.
Fade?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's what I'm looking for.
Where you from?
All right. I was born in Ukraine. Yeah. But now I'm a kuya for the time here. Ooh. Well, that was unexpected. Very spontaneous haircut.
Elmer, my partner.
Elmer?
Hello.
Good to see you. You're looking fresh. I like your look.
Rock and roll.
Let's go. So haircut is $4.50?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about this stuff, sir?
So basically what I want to do is I want fade kind of like here 0.
Yeah.
Completely 0. A little bit high, not too low. So not like here, a little bit higher. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then fade it up like you see, you know? And here, yeah, let's say like, let's see, something like, so I like in the back a little bit shorter, so maybe in the back a little bit like this. And then the front also a good bit, but so I can still like put it down like right now. Okay. say Espanol?
Spanish, yeah. Like Malay na hapon.
Malena hapon?
Malay na hapon.
What's that?
Good afternoon
Mm.
in English. And amigos. Friend, right? Like that.
Yeah, yeah. So how long have you been on the job? How long have you been cutting hair?
Yeah.
How long?
In barbershop?
Yeah, or in general.
20 years.
3 years?
20.
20. There we
Yeah.
go. Decades.
From year 2000.
And you're from Manila?
From Bicol.
Bicol?
Yeah.
Is that like close to Manila or Bicol?
Bicol is Sorsogon, Bicol.
How far is it? Like how many hours?
13 hours.
13?
Yeah.
Oh, that's far.
Bus.
Is it north or south?
No.
Up? Like is
Luzon.
it Luzon? Luzon? No need for just yeah, no need for here.
Okay. Until
Mm-hmm.
This is my extra income.
Hmm?
This is my extra income.
It's your weapon?
I am a barber at the same time. I am a janitor.
Okay, and by night? Assassin? Tell us the truth.
Janitor too.
Thank you. Sunny was it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunny. So we got a skin fade basically with
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Was very good. Yeah, do you have a little pomade I can use for the hair?
Pomade?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You want to see my channel? You have your phone? I can show you my channel.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Channel.
You will be in the video. And that's
YouTube?
okay. Yeah. Let's see, let's just try. Maybe that's gonna come up. Let's just try my name. Oh, there we are. That's me. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye. Cheers.
Yeah.
Whew. Didn't expect to get all freshened up, nice and clean. So what I like is they do the haircuts fairly old school in a sense, but working a lot with the scissors for the fade. Then he gave me a skin fade, which usually people pay extra. I mean, we left a little bit, but yeah, nice guy, nice little shop. Definitely more expensive than in the local neighborhoods. Like, what was it? Like, I paid $10. I think the price is like around $8. I mean, obviously anywhere else it's a good price, but for Philippine standards, we are in the more fancy neighborhoods. We're in Bel Air after all. But I would say, let's go to again another part that I stayed last time. So the area that we are approaching is called Poblacion, and another quite interesting name. And I have to tell you, I stayed there once at the St. Gilles Hotel, seeing it from right here, and IM Hotel. And I have to tell you, this neighborhood is different. It's a little bit crazy in the evenings. I'll show you the streets right now. Probably right now they're fairly quiet, but basically it's the party area. They sell you all lots of different things and services around there. The hotels are okay. The IM Hotel is not bad. Like, it's pretty pricey, and it's just all of the hotels are a little bit kind of like run down due to the nature of the neighborhood. Lots of parties, lots of wild nights. Oh yeah, and there's a Trump Tower. So guys, this is it. This is the Trump Tower. This is the Hussein's building. So basically, the way you can imagine this neighborhood, it's kind of like here the city is transitioning to a more regular neighborhood vibe, but also at the same time there's a lot of like Arab restaurants. I've had actually once food at this place called Harboush. Really good Arabic food. A bit more like you see. Thank you. You see some basically all kinds of people try to sell you all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I can mention exactly what they're selling on YouTube, but you get the idea. Perhaps nothing hard, but all kinds of medications, blue pills. This one guy's like, yo, I got the blue pills. I'm like, no. Like I need something to soften it down. Like, yo, no need for the blue pills. And let's just see if we can cross the street here. So got some nice buildings, but generally a little bit more rough around the edges perhaps. Oh, quick crossing. But still kind of like an interesting vibe. So here, this is the Harboush Arab restaurant, and basically it's clubs, it's bars, bourbon New Orleans, some type of Pasha club. You get it by the colors. And at night there's also, let's say like that, you're going to be approached by a lot of yeah, nice ladies. A lot of, let's say, the better budget hotels are around here, even like a bit more on the upper range. But to be fair, if you want to go out for the wild party, it might be something, might be interesting. It's different. I've seen like all kinds of different shows around here, but for staying, for living, for that being kind of like your, let's say, home during the time in Manila, I cannot, sorry, cannot really recommend it, honestly. But it's an interesting neighborhood, that is for certain. So let's just walk through here real quick, give you an idea. Lots of old timers, old men from the West sitting around the bars. Filling station, Cafe Cubana. It looks kind of cool, honestly, at the end of the day. Lots of funky places here with Hulk. So in the evenings, walk once, pretty busy, especially on the weekends. Obviously right now is a Friday, so this place is gonna be popping. Poblacion. I'm okay. What do you got there? Is it for beating people up? For violence? Okay. Oh wow. So if somebody comes up to me at Poblacion, I just hit it, yeah? Oh, police, how much you charge?
1,500.
1,500?
Yeah,
How does it work?
it's strong. Whoa.
Oh shit. I mean, I almost have it with my GoPro, you know? Here, I have also. And then I hit, you know? Thank you, brother. I'm okay.
Discount.
Thank you so much.
My press brand new.
I'm a peaceful man. I don't need it, but thank you. All right, thank you. So he's selling a baton, basically. Yeah, it's gonna be right now like a 40-minute walk to get back to where we came from. So basically all these different neighborhoods that you have seen today are a 40-minute walk, maybe even 50 depending on your tempo, and it's hot. So let's see if we can get a Grab taxi. Overall is, let's say, it's convenient, it's available, but it's probably the most pricey Grab taxi in Asia. Like in Thai, like in Malaysia, you can get a Grab for a couple of like $2-3. We got a bird flying up. Hello. Nice. I'm okay, thank you. A souvenir. Thailand, a couple bucks. Here in Manila, most of the rides are like $5 to $10 actually, to get like from one neighborhood to another. Still perfectly reasonable, good way to get around, especially in these temperatures. So let's just quickly get a Grab to get us back to where we started. I just don't need it, but thank you, Kuya. Literally a baton that says police on it. So just got a little drink here at 7-Eleven. Vitamin boost, anti-stress boost. We're gonna boost an anti-stress lead, so my taxi should come somewhere. And it's quite crazy that different neighborhood, different mentality, honking like crazy. 1193, that's my guy. I just doxed his life. So drive's gonna be much easier. Hello. Yes. Whew. Probably would have not survived that walk back. So yeah, you see it, the energy of the city changes when you get down this one particular road. And honestly, compared to back there, I stayed back there once, this part is truly amazing, especially as a contrast. It's a nice Blackbird restaurant. So yeah, should be there any minute, and then let's wrap up and let's summarize a little bit my thoughts on this area. Thank you, bye-bye. So back in house. Hello. The dog is gonna come to smell the luggage. Thank you. So as you see, a very nice lobby around here. Let me know down below. Do you want a full hotel tour of here? Because I still will be around for 2 days. Sick pool, sick rooftop. And that's where we're headed right now. And I want to share with you my final thoughts. Makati, is it the best neighborhood? Alrighty, we are back at the hotel overlooking Makati. It's quite funny actually, when I was sitting here I kind of know the neighborhood, but I didn't realize all the different buildings that we are now kind of seeing from here. And yeah, I'm thinking right now I might jump into a little hotel review. Just show you around here, show you the roof, show you the pool, because it's actually quite nice in such a big, like massive urban jungle to have a pool, especially at these temperatures right now. And to give you a full, like, my honest opinion on Makati, as also maybe compared to the area of BGC, I've been there before a couple of years ago. If you would want to see that as well, me going in again, because I've kind of here in Manila right now for a couple of days to really feel it a little bit more, understand it more, see how it's developing. And while I kind of at first liked the other area better because it's more modern, more new, the BGC area, I have to say that Makati is the most livable one, especially here around the Greenbelt area. It's just comfortable, it's fairly quiet, it's fairly organized, still not in a way that it's like, it's what I would say like that. The contrast of this area to any other nice area is that it's very large and people are living their real life here. So people are out and about, going to work, coming from work, maybe doing some shopping, maybe having a little coffee. So the vibe is much more chill. Whereas in, let's say, BGC, it's much more like, hey, we're here to, you know, go to the malls, enjoy, nights out, things like that. And also, if you walk like we did today for 40-50 minutes, you're gonna see there's different contrast here, quiet, modern, peaceful. Then you go into this, what is it, this Bel Air area. The streets are a bit more narrow, it's a little bit more old school, but still nice cafes. Then you go into this Poblacion area, you can buy a baton, you can do things you shouldn't do and probably goes crazy at night. And this is all kind of like in one neighborhood, all walkable from one thing to another. And yeah, that has been Makati. I hope you enjoyed today's little impression of this neighborhood, and probably next time I'm gonna come to you from another one, maybe again contrast them a little bit. And yeah, if you're here by any chance, here on the channel I document my life around the idea of building a life of freedom around the world. And Philippines for many people is kind of a place that they consider to, like, I don't know, maybe build like a house by the beach. I've actually met some British dude upstairs. He was like, yeah, I used to like live in Belarus, used to like basically Eastern Europe, and now he's like, I'm considering to build a house somewhere in on some of the islands here. And that would be maybe a topic for a different video. I think there's pros and cons, and Philippines definitely is a country that is very different from the rest of Southeast Asia, which I think makes it really interesting. But yeah, if you're stopping over in Manila, I think you got a fantastic idea today of the different areas. If you need a baton, go to Poblacion. If you need some blue pills, you're good there. It's all around the Trump Tower. It's crazy, I'm seeing it from here. But if you're like looking for the most chill area, this is basically it. All of that is the mall down there. And yeah, you can join me on Instagram to see where I am right now. If you have any suggestions for different areas in Philippines, I've been to in Manila, I've been to a lot of them, because mostly this is kind of like a bit of a short trip right now, but definitely will be back. On that note, you too, got a world to see.